Welcome. My name is Daniel Baldwin, and I want to talk to you about Six Sigma, the various belts, and the definition, and just to answer the questions, what does it all really mean? Well, first of all, Six Sigma is a method that provides organizations with tools to improve their capability in their business processes. The increase in performance and the decrease in variation will lead to defect reduction and increased profits. Employee morale is another benefit of that, and quality products and services as an end result. Six Sigma quality, or quality management as it's called sometimes, is a term generally used to indicate a process that is well controlled. Now, there are different definitions that have been proposed for Six Sigma, but they all share some common threads. Use of teams that are assigned well-defined projects that have direct impact on the organization's bottom line, as well as training in statistical thinking at all levels of the organization that provides key people with extensive training in advanced statistics that are designated as black belts. However, there are different Six Sigma belts. There are certain levels and roles and responsibilities with an emphasis on what we call DMAIC, which is the approach to problem solving. And the letters are defined as such. It's the D stands for define, the M stands for measure, and the A stands for analyze, and the I stands for improve, and then the C stands for control. So DMAIC means define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Management environments must support these initiatives as a business strategy. That is part of the effort when you start to develop a Six Sigma strategy. Now, there are different opinions on the definition of Six Sigma. First, there's the philosophy, and this philosophical perspective have a view that all work processes can be defined, measured, analyzed, and improved and controlled. Processes require inputs, what we call X input, and produce outputs that we call Y outputs. If you control the inputs, you will control the outputs. This is generally expressed as Y equals F or X. Now, there's also a set of tools. The Six Sigma expert will use a qualitative and quantitative techniques to drive process improvement. A few of the tools include statistical processes, we call SPC, or statistical process control. These are also control charts, failure mode analysis, and effect analysis, and process mapping. Six Sigma professionals don't necessarily agree on all of these as exactly the tools in which constitute the set. However, there's a common thread that a lot of these tools are part of the tool belt. Now, there's also methodology. Now, methodology, in this view of Six Sigma, recognizes the underlying and rigorous approach known as DMAIC, as I mentioned earlier, whereas it's define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. DMAIC defines the Six Sigma steps practitioner is expected to follow, starting with identifying the problem and then ending with the implementation of a long-lasting solution. Now, while DMAIC is not the only Six Sigma methodology in use, it is certainly the most widely adopted and recognized in most circles. Now, there's the last point I want to make about the methodologies is matrix. Now, matrix in simple term is Six Sigma quality performance. It's a 3.4 defects per million, and from an accounting standpoint of view, we call that a 1.5 sigma shift in the mean. So there's scientific terms here, there are statistical terms, there are various philosophical methodologies, but they all have common threads back to the practice in which is in use today. Now, let's talk about the various levels of Six Sigma, the various belts and what they really mean. Now, there is a different role that each person plays when they are identified as a Six Sigma expert. While the implementations and the roles will vary, the basic guide is to determine who does what that is based on the project scope. Now, at the project level, there are black belts, master black belts, There are green belts, yellow belts, and white belts. These people conduct project and implement improvements. Now, first of all, let's look at the black belt. The black belt leads problem-solving projects and trains and coaches the project teams, whereas the green belt assists with the data collection and the analysis for the black belt projects. And then the green belt leads project teams as well. The master black belt, on the other hand, trains and coaches black belts and green belts. This one will function more at the Six Sigma program level by developing key metrics and the strategic direction of the project. It's also a position that acts as the organization's Six Sigma technologist and internal consultant, where this person has broad responsibilities in their role as a lead consultant. The yellow belt will participate as a team project member. This person will review process improvements that support the project as a whole. The white belt, on the other hand, can work on local problem-solving teams and that support the overall projects, but they may not be a part of a Six Sigma project team. They can understand the basic Six Sigma concepts from an awareness perspective and somewhat of a knowledge perspective, but they are certainly limited to what they can do. Now, every project absolutely needs organizational support at the executive level. Six Sigma executives and champions set the direction for selecting and deploying projects. They ensure at a high level that the projects succeed. They also add value, and they can help them fit within the organizational plan. Champions, on the other hand, will translate the company's vision, mission, goals, and metrics to create an organizational deployment plan and identify individual projects. They'll identify resources and remove potential roadblocks. Now, executives, on the other hand, executives will provide the overall alignment by establishing the strategic focus of the Six Sigma program within the context of the organization's culture and their vision. All in all, Six Sigma represents a grand opportunity for organizations to improve operational performance, improve their profit margins, and improve overall employee morale, which is significant in driving performance in these competitive business days that we live in. Thank you.